Screen right now? Cool, perfect. All right, good morning everyone. My name is Ruby and thank you so much for joining us for the presentation of the University of Colorado Springs. In this picture, you will see our beautiful campus. And again, my name is Ruby. I am the director of the International Enrollment Program at UCCS, and I will have Nate to introduce himself really quickly.
Good morning, and like Dalton mentioned, Nathan Gibson. I'm the Executive Director of Athletics and excited to be here with you this morning.
Thank you, Nathan. So I am originally from China, and I used to be an international student myself. I started my US study abroad journey a little over 10 years ago. I went to a really small liberal arts college in Buffalo, New York, so really close to Canada. And I used to go to Canada quite often just to go shopping in Toronto. Anyways, so I'm currently also pursuing a doctoral degree with the University of Colorado. I love the program here. I'm doing the educational equity program to provide equal access for students, minority students. So that's a little bit about me. I know that a lot of students may not, especially international students and international parents, have not heard of the state of Colorado before. Here is where the state is located on the map. As you can see, the Denver is up there, is the metropolitan city, and then the city of Colorado Springs is the second largest city in the state of Colorado. And the state of Colorado is also ranked as top 10 best state in the US among all the 50 states. And because of its strong economy, in the past 3 years, the state of Colorado has always been the number one for economic growth. Because of that, we actually attract a lot of employers to our state and offer a lot of job opportunities for our students. And also, we have really good education and healthcare within our state. And because of all that, and then very reasonable living expenses, as well as beautiful heaven for outdoor activities, if you like hiking, snowboarding, whitewater rafting, we actually attract a lot of young professionals to work in the state, like it's their dream state. So it's also ranked as the best state to live for US young professionals. The city of Colorado Springs, I don't know if you have heard of it, but it's the Olympic City, USA. We have a lot of national sports governing bodies over here, and also it's ranked as the best place to live by the US News and World Report. Actually, last week, the US News and World Report just released a very new ranking. They ranked the 150 largest cities in the US, and top 5 best place to live. 4 of them belongs to the state of Colorado. So Boulder, Denver, Colorado Springs, and Fort Collins. So you guys have to come join us. So that's all about the state of Colorado. Here is some quick information about the university. University of Colorado is a public research institution system. Within the system, we have 4 campuses. We have CU Boulder, CU Colorado Springs, CU Denver, and NSU's Medical School. We're all 4 in one, so it doesn't matter which campus you graduate, you will get the same exact diploma, shows University of Colorado. And within the University of Colorado system, we have over 12 Nobel Prize winners. That's pretty cool. And within our UCCS campus, we have over 25 Olympic athletes studying with us because of our special program, special location. And also, we offer leading-edge education at UCCS. You are not just an enrollment number. We really focus on our individual students and for their success. Although we're a medium-sized institution, we have a little over 12,000 students on our campus. We still try to have a smaller classroom setting for our students and pay enough personal attention for each of our students. So our students to faculty ratio is 16:1, and 2% of our students are international students, and they are from 82 different countries. So they are very diverse. I'm sharing 3 pictures with you guys today. The picture on the left is some very special thing about UCCS. Even as undergrad students, you have the opportunity to do research because most of our professors at undergraduate level are teaching professors. They have fundings and they are helping students to do research. So even if you're an undergrad student, you still have the opportunity to showcase your research within our institution and go on the national conference. So that's very special. The picture in the middle is me with our international student ambassadors. Every semester, UCCS offers over 2,000 on-campus job employment opportunities. So most of our international students work on our campus because of the visa allows them to work on campus. And it's like really, really nice. As you can see, everybody knows each other really well, and it shows like a great culture on our campus. Everybody is so connected and really cool family culture. And then the last picture is the graduation for the Department of Computer Science. I happen to know the student on the left. He was graduating with a diploma PhD in computer science. And before his graduation, he already got 3 job offers from Silicon Valley. Now he's working in Silicon Valley. So at UCCS, we're not only preparing for your academic success, but also for your career success. That's really nice. And we have 6 colleges and schools within UCCS, and we offer over 100 academic programs, that including the College of Nursing and Health Science, College of Business, which I will share a little bit more later. Since I saw the report, I think most of our students are interested in business major. And we also have College of Education, where we offer a clinical-based education system where students can do practicum student teaching while they're studying with us. And we also have this really cool College of Engineering and Applied Science. Within that college, we have very nice computer science program. That's where this started by the founder of the computer company called HP. I'm sure you guys all know that. And then we're also where the National Cybersecurity Center located. Students have direct access to research and internship with them. Some parents may ask, oh well, so the National Cybersecurity Center is more for, like highly sensitive security, but they are not only working with the federal level security work, but they are also helping with the local private or nonprofit organizations with their students, with their security needs. So our international students can have access to work and do internship with that type of internship opportunities. And also we have College of Letters, Arts and Science, and School of Public Affairs. So here are all the majors under our College of Business. I know that a lot of our international students, doesn't matter if you're from Canada or China or wherever, business is definitely a top 1 major of choice. Here are the list of major you guys can study, including accounting, finance, management, marketing, PGA golf management, and sports management. And I'm sure that my colleague Nate will share a little bit more later on. But our College of Business is ACSB accredited. Only 5% of the business school in the whole world have that accreditation. So that's very high quality. And here, student life, if I can miss that. We have amazing student life on our campus. We have over 300 student clubs and organizations. You will always find something to do. And because of we are in Colorado, having for outdoor activities, we always arrange students to go hiking, snowboarding, skiing. It's just really, really cool to be part of our campus and part of our state. And here are the list of employers where our students, after international students, where they work or do their internship, including Boeing, I'm sure you guys all know, HP, Oracle, and the Olympic Training Center. I know quite a few of our international students did their internship over there. So that's really special. And here is our cost. As international students, you are paying out-of-state tuition. So meaning that you're paying exactly the same amount as any of the American students who are applying from outside of the state. And so you're looking at $2,500 per academic year. That's 15 credits. And then the living expenses is around $10,000. So in total of $35,000. And here is our admissions requirements. For English proficiency, if you're from Quebec area, unfortunately, we will have to request English proficiency from you guys. But if you're from any other areas, you don't have to provide English proficiency. So for those from Quebec, we are requesting TOEFL 75 or IELTS 6 or Duolingo 100. Then you will just need to submit your high school transcripts, and we offer rolling admissions. We are test optional, so we do not require ICT or ACT. All right, so that's all about our admission side. I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Nate.
Thank you, Ruby, and great job. I hope you all can see just from some of the presentation just what a wonderful campus we have, and I'm really glad to talk to you about our athletics program today as well, and just kind of how that fits into the overall campus, kind of what athletics means at UCCS, but as well as a Division II athletic program. Just a brief piece about me. This is my 15th year at UCCS, and I've worked in athletics for that entire time. I've also taught classes in our College of Business and Sport Management program. So I've worked with a lot of those students who have gone on to work in college, professional, and Olympic sport. So we've got a really great program through our College of Business that Ruby had alluded to, which I've been fortunate enough to teach some classes in. But yeah, this is my 15th year at UCCS, and I've overseen just a ton of growth and ways that we've added new programs and seen the growth of our campus, and athletics has really come alongside of that. I too was a Division II student athlete myself when I was in college, and just am a firm believer in the Division II experience and kind of having a balanced approach to athletics and academics, and really having a complete college experience. But if we can go to the next slide, Ruby. So a little bit more about UCCS athletics. As mentioned, we're an NCAA Division II athletic program, and we compete in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, which includes 15 institutions from across really the western part of the country. So we compete mainly in Colorado, so the majority of our schools are in Colorado, but we also compete against schools in South Dakota, Nebraska, New Mexico, and Utah. I'd also mention that we also play against a lot of schools in California, Washington, Oregon. We've even had some of our athletic programs go and compete against Simon Fraser in Canada, so that's not uncommon for us to make it out west or north for us. So we've got a good location to be able to compete really across our region, as well as the U.S. and into Canada. It was also mentioned previously by Dalton that we have 16 athletic programs and about 350 student athletes. And you can see there the makeup of all of the programs that we offer at UCCS. One thing I will mention that I'm really proud of is that we're consistently a top 50 Directors Cup institution in the NCAA, which means that most of our programs are competing at a national level and are nationally and regionally ranked for their accomplishments in their sport. So we're a highly competitive athletic program and have a lot of nationally ranked programs year in and year out, which means that we compete at a really high level in Division II. Perhaps the thing I'm most proud of during my time at UCCS is we've had 16 consecutive years with a department GPA of 3.0 or better, and that's on a 4-point scale. And over the last 5 years, we've actually averaged better than a 3.2 department GPA. And this tells me that our students are high achieving students first and foremost. We also provide a lot of support, and many of our goals are related to academics first, and then things then flow from there, that we bring in the right kinds of students that want to accomplish in the classroom, as well as in their athletics program. Next slide, please. So more about what we consider the hallmarks of what a UCCS student athlete's experience would be. And in fact, our number one goal at UCCS for our student athletes is that they have an amazing experience. And really, we develop that around what we consider our 4 pillars, which I've listed here. And so as mentioned, we have a very much academics first approach to our athletics program. So we recruit high level students first. So we look at what your GPA and test scores, and we try to set you up to be successful when you come to UCCS, because it is a really high level and highly ranked institution. So we want to make sure that you can succeed in the classroom first. And then when you're here, we provide great amounts of support to make sure that you can stay in your class, that you can get support and resources to be able to be successful in your class. And ultimately, our number one goal for our student athletes is that they walk across the stage at graduation, because if we don't provide that experience for our students, then everything else is amiss, right? So we want to make sure that academics always come first and that our students are set up to be successful and lead towards graduation. As mentioned, we have very high goals in terms of how we accomplish in our sports as well. And so athletic excellence and being a top Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference program in all of our sports, as well as being nationally ranked, are consistently goals for all of our programs. So we look for high-level student athletes as well that can help us on the court, on the field, on the track, etc. Another hallmark for us that we take a lot of pride in is leadership development. We saw that in Ruby's presentation, that our campus has a lot of opportunities for job opportunities, but also internships. But we also provide all student athletes with leadership development opportunities because I believe very strongly that we can build future leaders. It's not only going to show up in their sport, it's going to show up in the classroom and on our campus, but it's going to propel them into the next phases of their life when they leave UCCS and are leaders in their communities and in their job and other things once they graduate. So leadership development is very much a core pillar for us in terms of the overall experience and how we support our students. And community service is also a huge part of our athletic experience as well. And as you can see there, we've been ranked as a top 5 NCAA institution in terms of the total amount of community service that we do every year. All of our athletic programs have community service goals. And I'm really proud of the way that we give back consistently. And obviously, I think that builds a lot of character and a lot of just kind of community orientation and sense within our athletic programs. But one thing you'll hear probably from most of our Division II colleagues is this idea of life and the balance. And that's really something we pride ourselves in. And these are the hallmarks from a UCCS perspective around academics, athletics, leadership development, and community service. That you can have a more complete experience. And it's not just about your sport all day, every day. You can really grow and develop completely during your time as a UCCS student athlete. Next slide, please. So a little bit about our facilities. One of the things that I think I'm most proud of is during the growth of our UCCS athletic department is that many of our facilities are not only top-notch, but they're new. And as you can see from the photo here, they're in some of the most beautiful settings in the United States and Colorado Springs. And our baseball program, this is what the pitcher looks at when they're looking in at home plate, is one of the most beautiful mountains in our country. And I would also, as mentioned, all of our facilities have either been built or renovated in recent years. And so we're really proud of not only the location, but the types of facilities that we can offer to our student athletes. And this is also a major recruiting advantage when you can walk a prospective student athlete into one of these facilities, show them beautiful scenery, but also the top-notch Division II facilities that we have. I would really encourage anybody who's interested just to kind of get a better sense of things to take the virtual tour. So the link is there on this slide, but you can also access that through gomountainlions.com, which is our website. But you'll be able to get a better sense of just not only the scope of campus, but also the beautiful setting, but really take a virtual tour and see what it's like to stand in one of our facilities and take in kind of the 360 view of it all. And also to mention, one of the great things about our facilities, and Ruby mentioned this as well, but people and athletes really come from all around the world to live and train in Colorado Springs because of the setting, because of the altitude, because of the performance facility opportunities that we have. And so we're really fortunate that even in, for example, in our indoor track facility in our field house, we have Olympians that are training there on a daily basis, and not just from the US, but from across the world that request to come and use our facilities. So very, very special places and beautiful places that we're really proud of on our campus. Next slide, please. So from a recruitment standpoint, of our entire student athlete population, about 4% of those are international student athletes. I can tell you 15 years ago when I started, we had very few international students that competed in athletics. And so this is an opportunity for us to continue to grow. And we have interest, I think, not only from student athletes from across the United States, but we're getting considerable interest from students from around the globe. And so we've seen this number consistently grow, and it's part of the reason why I was excited about this opportunity to speak with you all because I think is a great kind of synergy and great interest from Canadian student athletes when they look at Colorado and Colorado Springs for those opportunities. So right now we have one student athlete from Canada in our men's soccer program. And we've seen a considerable interest, particularly in baseball and women's lacrosse, from Canadian student athletes as well. From a scholarshiping perspective at Division II, we do provide athletics scholarships. We have a partial scholarship model, so most of our student athletes are on a partial athletic aid, but we can also stack that with academic aid and other types of financial aid to kind of develop a complete package for our student athletes, and so that's what we really look at. We do have students on full scholarships as well, which we can provide for those top, highest achieving student athletes. So there are scholarship opportunities available, and those are things that our coaches develop throughout the recruiting process. Another point and a question we usually get about recruitment and the recruitment process is housing. So we have just absolutely wonderful housing and food service opportunities on our campus. You can see a picture here that really doesn't do it justice, but we have this absolutely amazing and new housing opportunities with just great setup and wonderful food, and it's one of the biggest selling points, I would say, for when student athletes come on campus and see UCCS for the first time, is they're like, wow, this is amazing that I would get to live here and eat here, and so that's obviously a huge thing for student athletes to know that they've got great housing setups. I also want to talk a little bit about next that Excel Centers is our academic support offices that are available to all students at UCCS. So we utilize those a lot for our students to provide academic support. And then we also have academic support services within the department that help student athletes stay on track with eligibility. And again, I always say the proof is in the pudding for our students that, again, to be able to show that we have high graduation, retention, and grade point averages with our students show that we have really great support services. And it's something we take a lot of pride in with that academics first mentality. Beyond that, we also have wonderful medical health and wellness, mental health and wellness, and athletic training support on our campus. It's another great benefit of being in Olympic City, USA, that we have some of the best medical people related to sport in our country that live and work in Colorado Springs that we have great access to, as well as the people that are employed by UCCS right in line with our athletic training staff that work with our student athletes every day. We have wonderful medical support and health and well-being support as well. Next slide, please, Ruby. So some of the next steps, one of the things I would encourage anybody who's interested is to reach out directly to our coaches. So on our website, gomountainlions.com, we have profile links that you can fill out, and those get sent directly to our coaches. We also have our staff directory if you want to reach out directly to them through email or phone. Those are usually the best first steps to get a hold of our coaches. I'd also recommend that no matter if you're looking at UCCS or other NCAA institutions, that you register with the clearinghouse, as well as apply to those colleges and start thinking about campus visits. Those are great opportunities set up to not only meet with faculty and staff, but you also, I think, would be opportunities to meet with coaching staff, as well as see facilities and other things. One of the things we offer a lot at UCCS, and it's a great opportunity for you to get in front of our coaches, but is to look at our camps and clinic schedules. Obviously, there's not a lot going on currently given health restrictions related to COVID-19, but we are hopeful that when we get into the spring and summer that we'll have more of those opportunities to provide for students to come onto campus and and play their sport and get in front of our coaches. But look for those opportunities as well. All of those can be found through gomountainlions.com. You can follow us on social media at gomountainlions and look for those opportunities. Those are really the best ways to get in front of our coaches and our staff. But again, thank you. I think that's the kind of the end of this part of the presentation. But thank you for the opportunity to let me talk and let Ruby talk about our university, and we'll look forward to hearing from you about any questions you might have for us. But yeah, Ruby, anything else to add?
No, that's perfect. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions later on, please feel free to contact either of us. You can see our contact information email on the slide.